That's what we're having.
Huh?
This is Buddy's birthday. Happy
85th birthday, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Okay, I'll have the fish.
Many, many more. And there's Mariah drinking her Shirley Temple. Hello, Mariah.
Happy birthday.
Hello. Ooh, it's bright over there.
Sure.
There's Matt.
Of the private.
Matt's suffering from the heat.
Would you like a larger size? Would you like a regular cut? Or the, I'm sorry, regular cut?
Matthew, other two have to be on film because so that your children and the generations to come will look
I'll see.
and they'll say, wasn't he Hansen? Just like we did with Grandpa. Okay.
Whenever you're hungry,
And we'll sit back and go.
go ahead and help yourselves at the salad bar. And whenever you get back in there, some hot bread and fresh cracked pepper. Everyone enjoy.
Thank you.
Well, Mother maybe we can get Buddy's for her.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll get it for you, buddy.
And the next place this camera will be is at their happy home.
Oh, yes. Have everybody over.
We'll all bring
Put in my backyard.
Buddy.
dark markers,
Lay my patio.
Buddy. And here,
spray
you
paint,
get your
Yeah.
sound.
Spray paint.
What do you want
spray
on it?
paint, and a couple of paddles.
Grandchild dressing.
Let's go.
What about, what else?
Let's
do you
go.
want on
You're
it?
in a hurry. I
You
don't
guys
think
are hungry
that's
for salad.
That's not for salad.
Mommy.
That's for your bread.
All right. Mariah, what do you have so Buddy can get up?
Your plates are probably where the salad is going to be. Are you trying to get my nose in here? Or?
Me too. No, they probably have plates there, don't you think? But it's getting, do you have to take your plate? This is the bread. I don't think that's what it is. No, I mean, this must be the bread. Yes.
Let's see, this is the salad bar, it's all you can eat, right here.
Oh, really? But you can go back and say, is that right,
Anytime you
Michael?
want.
Is that right, Michael? Don't get my.
Are you gonna go get some salad, Mariah? You gonna go get some salad?
Let's not do this.
Mmm.
Oh, it doesn't work? Oh, get too hard-headed. You mean your son is tries to order you around?
I see Kevin enjoyed his salad.
I hated mine.
And he's bigger than you, so you might get away with it.
I didn't even see that. I was so busy focusing. And how is your food, sir?
Mom?
Yes.
It's all gone.
Kind of crummy.
It's all gone. Yeah, you look
Mine
like you
was
had something
Red.
red.
Yeah, it tasted very red. This thing wasn't very good though, whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
That thing?
Never had
Those
one
long
before.
stick things.
Long
that were in
stick
there?
things, yeah.
I think that's
Tasteless.
like tofu food or something.
Yeah.
What tastes like tofu food?
Something that looked like tofu food.
This thing. This kind of tasteless
That's jicama.
vegetation,
Jicama.
whatever it
We're gonna
is.
use it with some ranch.
Oh, you don't like it
Something
when
on
I
it
go?
that tastes good. It doesn't have too much taste.
The food in my teeth?
Float your mouth. Water.
Come on now,
What
you've
is
got
it,
enough of
vegetable?
me.
Fruit, is it?
Braille.
It's a root.
Root.
A root? Oh, okay.
Well, it's round.
Buddy doesn't mince any words. When she wants to tell you how she feels about something, you know.
Going up, that's good.
She's not moving around trying to get out of the way, though.
Can I have another question? Thanks to move, right?
We have her trapped back there.
Yeah, she can't.
And here's the man of the
You can't
day.
get out. You're trapped back
His
there.
trustworthy
Oh,
car.
yeah, sure, I'm trapped.
Kind of sweet.
Did you name Buddy?
Yeah, she named Buddy.
Yes.
I
She named
did.
Buddy Buddy.
And I don't know how or why.
You didn't say my name.
She said,
You didn't say vegan.
But isn't it strange how Buddy came from Vita?
Our Bida.
Named
Vida.
Vita.
Bida Buddy.
Vita, Buddy.
Bida
But
Buddy.
it stuck, didn't it? Her name is Arvita. Did you know that, Naomi?
No idea.
Arvita, A-R-V-I-D-A, and sometimes Vita for a nickname.
A-R-V, and sometimes Beta.
Sometimes duh.
They always make fun of me. They always make fun of me.
Did you get
And how's your salad,
Vita
little
from
one?
Arvita?
I see you have a salad of carrots
A long time
and
ago.
olives and cucumbers.
A long time ago.
And
Ann
That's
was
it.
having this lengthy conversation, and she finally got off the phone.
She's
and said-
expressing her individuality
Oh,
for
what
her
is that?
salad choice.
She says, I was talking to Arvita.
It's pretty good for a
Oh.
6-year-old, 5-year-old.
Who's Arvita? Arvita. I said, who's Arvita? Buddy. Oh, Buddy. I never knew her name.
Who said this? They had unusual
No,
names.
I think,
Boy, they sure did, huh?
I think
That must be like,
you had
just
called,
like,
and you asked for me, and you said it was Arvita. And you gave it to me, and I thought you were talking about.
That's what it was.
is that like a popular Scandinavian name or something?
Arvita? Yes, probably.
So if you went to Norway or Sweden, a lot of people have that name. Are you done with your salad? I'm done with mine, thank you.
My He's done. Olives and cheese.
Our
I think she's
mother's
still
name
eating.
was Hilma Augusta, but she didn't like her name, so she never went by Hilma. And she and
By Augusta either.
well, she went by Augusta. And our uncle was Armand Adrian Anderson. A. Almost sounds like a.
They actually had Adrian was actually
Armand, you know.
Adrian, really? What nationality is that name? What
Armand?
Adrian. Where does that originate?
Where did they get that name, buddy?
I don't know. Adrian just liked it, maybe.
Armand is that like
Armand?
German?
Armand is
Armin Adrian Anderson. I don't know where she
that
ever got
sense.
it.
Wait,
Really?
yeah, Armand must be Scandinavian because I mean Armand Mueller-Stahl is a. Wait, Matthew. There's either a movie actor or director Armand.
Get this,
Armand
get
Mueller.
this, get this title.
German, I think.
Oh my
Armand
God! Look at that
Sanchez.
strawberry.
There's a
Okay.
Armand. That means
Into the
army.
mouth.
Army man. It does. If you look it up.
Oh, you're supposed to put the whole thing in there.
Armand Asante is one of my favorites.
Take
Right, okay.
Happy
And when Matthew graduated down in Berkeley last week, he throws his hat in the air to Naomi, and then they embraced. And we said, wait, we didn't get it on film.
Yes,
So
no,
we
the
did
whole
it.
time the guy was right in the way. There was a guy standing
So
right
they
in the center.
reenacted the whole thing. He threw his cap again and kissed her.
It was better the second time too.
It was, because he was really close and it was really dramatic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Can you see me through there?
So did you find your own hat, or did you have to use somebody
Yeah, I
else's
found my hat.
cap, actually?
Cap, whatever.
Cap. My cap.
Cap.
Baseball cap.
Who are you?
No, that was one of those
What?
Do I get to
Yes, you can see
400
Kate.
people in my class.
This is a real nice.
That's like less than my graduates.
Too long. It
Yes.
was long in the hot sun.
It was very long and it was really hot.
They did
Nice.
the honor students alphabetically, I think, and then for the masses, it was
Walk up
yeah, you
and
kind of
give
do a little.
and they go,
Precisely.
We got all that on film.
Jack, and Jack gave me the names of
Where was it
several
held?
places, and
The
then
Greek
which ones he
Theater?
thought were the best,
Have you ever been there? It's on
would be the
campus.
right kind of place.
It's an amphitheater,
I
open
called here
air
about
kind of
3 or
thing.
4 times.
Or stone
And
seats.
then you.
Have they always had all those flags hanging there on the stage?
They don't always have those. No.
Outside.
Because I saw Zappa there and I don't remember any of that
And
stuff.
you just sit on the patio. You know, you can eat on the patio. So
That concert
but I
was
wasn't
supposed
sure
to
about the weather, so I didn't want to take it out.
what day was it last week?
Friday? Was it last week? What's today? Sunday? So it's been over 2 weeks.
What, they take the cake to cut it up and stuff?
Yeah.
They took our cake away!
You can take the right one and you can take the bus, or you could also take the bus to Sacramento.
Hey, you.
My little house. Why don't people want to read things?
Hello.
Back up here, practicing the same night, probably.
Now, how come this thing always reads 4 hours? I mean, I haven't been filming for 4 hours.
About an hour and 10 minutes maybe.
Nice bouquet.
Thank you. Like my bouquet art.
Oh, yeah. Kale bouquet?
Or maybe you could.
Do you have a pen?
17.
To drive.
You know what your dad's doing behind you there, Darren?
I
Oh, he's
guess
just
it's
taking a
after
picture
5
now.
o'clock, there's probably nothing there. How large is that airport?
Would it hurt your camera to take a picture?
No.
You weren't out there.
Yeah,
See that little thing?
I've been there.
That's what I'm
Smaller than that cannon field, I'm sure. Because people can fly outside.
Hello.
Hello.
Just over here because you thought I would take pictures. You know how? Opens up.
Oh, look what I got.
It reminds us of the farm.
A what?
Of the farm. There's Bessie the cow.
Bessie
Cow
the-
put that on.
You got it upside down. Turn it over. There's the cow
Hold it up so we
with all
can
the
see it.
cowbells.
Oh,
Hold it up. Smile.
oh, that's the old farm. That's actually the old farm.
That's right. It reminded me of the farm with your cow on the ranch. Right?
Yeah, Arvin used to ride the cow.
You guys had a cow?
Onto Homestead Avenue.
Did you have a cow?
We never saw a cow.
Yeah,
What was the cow's name?
Yes, Betsy.
Bossy, wasn't it? Bossy or Bessie? Bossy?
oh, I don't know if it even had a name.
milk
It was
cow?
still there when I was
The
standing.
milk cow?
Yeah, milk cow.
Only I didn't ever want to do this. Grandma used to try to show me how to do it. I used to go, "Ugh."
Thank you.
I didn't like little chickens either.
Heavy.
This was great.
Yeah,
The
that was
coffee or
great
the cup?
because we
The
broke
cup.
it once
It's
already.
empty.
Oh,
Now, she doesn't know what this is,
it's
but,
a duck. Oh, you broke the beak.
well,
No,
you
it's
know.
a bird bath.
Yeah, well, what it is a bird feeder. You just go like this and
We
stick
put
it in the ground.
birdseeds in.
We bought you bird seed. We have bird seed in the truck, I think.
Instead of throwing the bird seed out in the,
No, see, and then you
out in
just
the ground, I'll-
do like this, and just put it in the ground someplace, and you put bird seed in
Why,
here.
sure.
And I read something in the paper yesterday that kind of blew my mind.
Wow.
Jackie Kennedy, make fun of me. Jackie Kennedy would go for a walk, but before she would go for a walk, one of her gardeners would go out and scatter a little bird seed on the trail, so that when she walked, the birds would fly down and.
Fly down to see Jackie.
Oh, she carried
She
that.
was like Snow White.
Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah.
Right.
She danced with
Oh,
me.
golly. That's cute.
Isn't that cute?
She had little meat attached to her hands.
Oh. The stick broke.
No, I just want, we'll put it in when we go home.
Okay.
It just winds together.
That's nice. Is it plastic?
No, it's what you call verdigris. It's a clay, painted clay.
Made in Taiwan.
It's painted clay.
Don't you want to go see the presidents that are
Well, this is sure, this is back to the old farm.
I like that sound.
Yay! Yeah, that reminds me of Grandma and Grandpa's gate,
You know
too.
what?
Yeah, that's right, I remember that.
In,
bells
when I was traveling in
Same
Europe,
tone.
Yeah.
up in Switzerland, you'd see the cows, and they'd all have these big bells on them. And I wanted to bring one of those bells.
hard to catch one of those cows.
Have you traveled in Europe?
Oh, she's traveled all over Europe.
No.
Oh, I
A
loved,
little.
I loved Austria.
Yeah, I went to Austria once. So it was
Oh,
really
I loved Austria. Yeah.
Yeah, now we've been to Israel too, as well, and many times to the United States. So.
That's not in Europe.
Really? Jeez.
And when you live in Europe, I guess.
Whenever you
it's someplace
Her
to
father
go.
goes to
I
Russia.
don't know what it is, huh?
So then, that just,
Because it's all
describes
wrapped
the bell.
up with other paper.
Made in India. Made in India.
Maybe
see.
India.
Is that from Armin? Armin, did you get this from Norman?
Yeah, that's from Norman.
Well, I don't want to open that now. I might have to
yeah,
model
she
it.
said, oh, see what it is. Let's see, yeah. We won't make you one.
I don't think I want that.
You think it might be clothing?
It is a nightgown.
Oh, it is? How do you know?
How do you
She already
know?
told
She
you,
told
huh?
you, huh?
Oh, Norma told me.
Oh,
I says, well, I guess I know what it is. She says, yes, you know what it is.
well, open it up.
No,
Oh.
You don't have to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Oh, all right.
it's just plain.
How do you know it's just? How do you know?
Because I told her, I showed her what kind I had.
Oh, okay.
That's why
That
I know.
doesn't mean that's what she wants. What is this? This is a Aunt Buddy birthday. Oh, oh, this is a card from someone too.
What?
I couldn't figure out. Yes, but I was trying to remember who it was from. It's from Maria. Oh, Maria sent you a card. She
This is for Maria.
She found out it was your birthday and she wanted to send a card. Yes.
You know, I think of her so often. She is such a wonderful person.
Her plants are doing very well too.
Oh, I've got a couple. Here's a big wish that you didn't get away. Rebecca.
Wait, where did it go?
Oh, one of those trick cards.
Happy birthday.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dear Buddy, I feel honored that I was
Rebecca.
able to share this.
Stop that.
Ooh, I wish I would have got that on
Your
film.
special birthday, but due to minor surgery, I am home. I send you hugs and kisses and many more happy birthdays. My dogwoods are doing great, and I think of you every time I pass by them. They are gifts that I will treasure, perhaps for the rest of my life. Between you and me, Bob, and the garden is greener than ever and more beautiful. Have a wonderful celebration on this special day. Love, Maria.
That's nice.
That was nice.
Did she get her dogwoods from you?
Yeah,
Yes.
she loves to come up
I
and
gave her two dogwood. Yeah, 2 dogwood. And I've got 3 of them at home. Anybody want a dogwood?
Yes, I do.
Mom
Okay.
needs one. Her garden is bare.
Where are you going to plant it?
Well,
We
they
have,
changed the backyard.
We have no garden. Everything got.
I'll give you 2. Do you need a dogwood?
Dogwood.
Oh, this one. You know what's nice about
yeah, they need a lot
dogwoods?
done to their yard. It's just
You
a
know
big
they
hill
want
right now.
shade.
Really?
Do you have shade?
Not much.
No, they have.
Not afternoon shade.
Yeah, you guys
We're on the
need
side of the house there, but
in the back, man. You get that afternoon sun coming in. And
There's more
Dogwoods are so
presents.
beautiful though. They just,
I'm sure it's
they,
Dave,
and they show such beautiful colors.
I tried planting one in it.
How small are they, the ones that you have there?
What?
It
They
died.
grow into big trees,
died?
right?
Yeah.
And sort of
I
knotty.
don't have enough
They
shade.
get these knotty kind of things on them.
Poor soil and not enough shade.
No?
No.
What kind of tree does Adrian have in his backyard, or did he have?
So, then there
Almost
were,
changed your mind and said, wait, I'm going back to Sweden.
yeah.
Wait,
Then,
start
of
this
course,
story
you know,
over,
come
buddy.
from a cold climate.
Yeah.
So then they married and they decided, oh, he wasn't the one that decided. My uncle, Martin, from Napa,
Right.
and he opened a restaurant
Right.
in where I don't know, in San Francisco. But they weren't union, and it was scab, scab, scab. And so they decided, they closed the door. I guess they weren't making any money. So he went back into construction, and then they moved up to Doris, Oregon. And my father was building bridges, railroad bridges,
I didn't know that.
to make a living.
Oh.
And he was making railroad bridges, and I was almost born up in Doris, Oregon. And then they came back, and of course my mother had sinus trouble so bad, the doctor said just have to get her out of San Francisco. So they moved to Walnut Creek.
I think it'd be the other way around.
What?
Sinus problems?
No.
Yeah, you would think it would be get out of the valley and
Thank you. Anybody want more decaf?
No, thank you.
I'll have a little bit more.
So, anyway, so then they moved to Walnut Creek, and they lived in a nice, in fact, that house is still standing on the corner of Mount Diablo Boulevard. Two-story white house on Bonanza. No, it's not Bonanza. What's that street that runs parallel with Main Street and Walnut Creek? I think it's Bonanza. I think it's Bonanza.
The house is still
It's
standing?
still standing, and it still looks the same as when we lived there, I swear.
What
They
corner?
moved the house,
What corner is it on?
Mount Diablo Boulevard, and the street that parallels Main Street. Is it Bonanza? Well,
Scott and Kevin should know.
Jan
Yeah.
would know. Jan would know. What's the, oh, Renee would know. What's
Bonanza, isn't it?
What's the street that parallels Mount Diablo Boulevard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Main.
Main Street.
Main Street,
Yeah.
Locust.
What is it?
Locust Street or Broadway.
Locust? Is it Locust?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Locust, that's
It's still,
between California and Main Street.
oh, uh, let's
Hard to
see.
remember after all those years, huh?
Well, I remember that so well. I was about, we lived there till I was about, meantime, my father was building the house, they bought the ranch, 6 acres, $175 an acre.
Oh, man. They got taken.
And so he built this house. Well, had a tank house. He was gonna put a tank up there, but he never did. And then, there was a bedroom upstairs and a bedroom downstairs, and I guess the kitchen.
We have pictures of that, you know, buddy. I have all the pictures of that.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what was I gonna say?
He bought that for $175 an acre.
Yeah. And, it went from one street to another.
From Walnut Boulevard to Homestead.
And right on Homestead was the spring. And later
Where the
on,
pump was.
yeah, the spring, my father brought the water from,
Yeah.
you couldn't pump it dry, it just
I was
ran off.
fascinated by that old pump house. I used to like to go and hide out in the pump house.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, and, yeah, it was, oh boy, that stink. Oh,
I don't remember
sulfur
that.
water, sulfur water,
I don't remember that.
yeah. Oh, but it was healthy water.
Is that what you drank when you were a kid? Sulfur water?
Yeah. You get used to it. You get used to any kind of water. This water is water, and you
In
have to
those
drink it.
days.
And it was good, healthy water. They had it tested. Came out of solid rock. And,
I just remember the old wooden bridge that went over the
yeah, the little ditch, drain ditch.
the drainage ditch, and grapes grew down in the ditch. All the grapes grew in the ditch, and we
go
would
out-
pretend the trolls were passing over the top of the.
Silly goat's grass, huh? So tell us the story again about how your parents met on the boat?
No, your mother had already been in the United States at that time.
Oh, yes,
And your dad had been here also.
yes.
Your mother came over originally.
she is.
And she was going back to see her mother and father.
She came here to work in New York City.
Yeah, and domestic, yeah.
Yeah.
Domestic
Taking care
help.
of kids.
She was the governess for the minister of the little church around the corner in New York City,
That's right.
which was a sort of an elitist kind of
Hysterical landmark.
It was a wealthy minister, socialite kind of a minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they went back home to
Why-
And they were going back to visit their parents.
Just to visit.
the slow boat to Norway. Why does it take a month to go from New
Oh,
York to Norway?
I guess 2 months to get there, you know, that was you should have seen the boats.
Oh, they were just little.
Now, Grandpa had been a sailor.
Grandpa was
And
a
he had
sailor.
sailed all over the world, South America and everywhere, right? So, what kind of boats did he sail?
Oh,
Sailboats?
cargo boats.
Sails,
Oh, they were sailboats.
They were sailboats.
No.
Yeah.
they weren't powered boats.
They had
Steamboats.
powered boats in the
They had
1800s.
big sails on them.
Really?
Yeah, and he was a
Ooh, like
sleepwalker.
pirate
He used to
ships.
tell him about the times they say, don't talk to him because he'll fall. He climbed the top of the mast. 'cause
In
he
his
was asleep.
sleep?
In his sleep.
No.
Yeah,
Don't talk to him. Don't wake him up. He'll fall.
Don't wake him up, he'll fall right out.
that's right.
Oh my.
What are you doing?
I'm
Gotta get the
archiving
story.
all this stuff.
Gotta get the story down. So we all remember it. If we forget, we could watch the video.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh,
This is interesting. This is a good story to tell.
And so they were just going home to visit, and then they were coming back to New York again
my dad came back to New York to go to work.
to work.
Yeah, and
And
my
grandma,
mother,
your mom.
she visited longer in Sweden, her mother and father. And then he sent for her, and she had to come across the whole United States.
Oh, he was in California then?
Yeah,
Mm.
and they were trying to make a living right after the earthquake, see?
Oh
right.
man.
Yeah, and of course, it was awful.
Grandpa's parents did the same thing, right? His parents came out to California after the earthquake, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily.
and this was 19, let's see, my dad, 1907. I had an older brother. He drowned.
Is he the one that drowned? What's the
Yeah.
story about his drowning? I always heard that he was cutting school one day and he
Well-
drowned in the creek. Is that true?
No, came back for some money. He forgot the money for the paints.
Was it a school day or a weekday? Or
Yeah,
a weekend?
just a school day,
Yeah.
and he forgot the paints. And so, he went back for the money, got the money, and my mother says, "Where's Arnold?" I don't know, he didn't come to school. Oh boy. So she says, "Come with me." So I went, we walked the Walnut Creek Channel, hunting for Arnold and calling him. Well, little did he know, 3 days later they found him up in the old swimming pool that they had up in town, and he had drowned.
Oh, it's
Swimming
cool.
pool.
But he got on a raft, and the raft leaked, and he didn't swim.
Oh man.
How old was he?
7 or 8 years old maybe.
How old was he when it happened?
8.
Then he was alone when it happened, I guess.
That's scary.
Yeah. Well, everybody's going.
No, you keep on, I'm just gonna go pay the.
Oh,
When you went to Europe, did you visit any of your relatives in
yeah,
Norway or
I
Sweden?
visited 4 aunts and uncles in Norway.
Yeah,
And Uncle Chris, they all spoke English.
they did.
Yeah.
How did, from being taught at school, or have they
Yeah,
been
well,
to the United
but
States?
you know, they had the mother tongue,
Yeah,
but they would speak Norwegian, and I says, by golly, I know what they're saying.
you did.
Uncle, I only spoke Norwegian until I was about 7.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, we didn't
that's
know
all
that.
I knew was
I didn't know
Norwegian.
Can you teach
You
us any?
didn't speak any English until you were
And
7 years old?
I was almost ready to speak it, and but I didn't, and but it was fun.
Yeah, I bet. Did you keep in
Yeah.
contact with them? Like, did you know them before you went there, or
No,
you just went there?
No, but you know, I'd heard so much about him, I just felt like I knew him forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
It
we
was
went-
all, and then I first visited my uncle, and in Sweden, and he used to work in the snow sheds, and he'd come down and spend maybe 3 or 4 months with us when he was out of work, and so Uncle Fritz, oh dear Uncle Fritz, there was no one like Uncle Fritz, and Uncle Fritz says, one of these days, I'm going to send you some laundry. Will you do it for me? Yeah, I'll do it soon. Well, he had played the lottery, the Chinese lottery, and he got a basket that big full of chocolate candy and 2 little baskets with a handle and then 1 sewing basket. And Mom says, eat your head out. Go ahead, eat all you want. We'd had so much candy we
Oh
didn't want
my,
it.
too much.
Are you filming me? Well, anyway, it it was fun. Oh, then went to Sweden, and Uncle Fritz says, I'll know you. Well, I was 14 when I left, and here I was 45 when I was there. And he said, how you know me? And I says, there's Uncle Fritz. You know, you never forget, and he looked just like my mother. And he was looking all over, right past me, right through me. He didn't even look at me twice. And I says, hi, Uncle Fritz. He said, my gosh, I thought I know you.
Yeah.
I says, you know, it's
been a long time.
It's been a long time. So I stayed there a week with him, and then I went on to Norway and visited an aunt in Gudbrandsdalen. And it was a resort. What resort it was, I don't know. And she had the American flag hoisted. She was a teacher, her husband was a teacher. And we just had more fun talking. But they'd been through the war. You know, the Germans were over there. And
What year did you go to Europe?
I think it was 58.
58?
Yeah. 55, 58. Anyway, so then she says, Uncle Chris, they lived on farms. They had great big farms there, and they had old, big two-story white houses. And then they said, well, let's go to Aunt Augusta's. So we went to Aunt Augusta's. Well, Aunt Augusta was widowed, very young, and she had 5 sons. And we used to send them shoes. The boys, you know.
From the United States, you would send them shoes?
Yeah, but they would steal the shoes. So then,
The people, the mail, the post office or something?
then my dad says, well, we'll send one shoe at a time. So they sent one shoe at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it worked.
They made it, huh?
yeah. And she never forgot that.
Very clever.
Yeah. Then I visited, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 aunts and uncles. Oh, I went to my grandfather, where my grandfather had a big ranch and a big old white house. None of them had indoor toilets.
Was he still around when you went there? Your grandfather?
No, my grandfather was dead.
Oh.
But I visited his uncle, and the uncle was 85, and his kids were all grown. And I saw lots of cousins. Oh, they were so good to me.
What were the names of were many of them Andersons or
Their name was not Anderson, it was Onenson.
Onenson, right?
right.
Double A N like.
And let's see, Annossson, Onenson, son of Anon.
Son of who?
Son of Anon.
Anand?
Is it
Anon.
a double A or just one A
I
at the
think it was
beginning?
A,
Just one A.
yeah, double A,
Oh, double A.
yeah,
2 A's.
yeah. Well, you've heard enough of my story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we can
Those
hear
are very
more.
good. Okay, Mariah, you gotta go.
Years old, and the plumbers next door were going up to the cabin, and we were outside, and they were packing up their station wagon to go up to Lake Tahoe. And they just pulled out and left, and I walked down to where, what was her name? The Mexican lady. Oh, how come I can't think of it? She had a German last name. Anyway, she lived right next to the plumbers. And there was Gigi standing there on her front lawn.
Oh, I thought she followed you home from school.
No, she didn't follow me at all. She was just standing there in their yard. I had no idea where the dog came from. But somehow it wandered into our neighborhood, and it was in front of,
Well, I took her to the vet,
and then I took her, and then we gave her to you.
and I said, I don't want that dog. That dog's no good. Well, I took her to the vet, and the vet, I said, what's the matter with this dog? Well, she's probably jumped out of the car and's lost. Oh. He says she may get over this frightening feeling, I don't know. So,
She was just scared.
oh, she was awful.
Really?
But yeah, for about a whole year. But she settled down.
Finally got used to you.
Yeah, she slept on my bed. She was a good watchdog.
Yeah? Yeah, I remember.
But Mitzi liked to bring dead things and give them to you as gifts, didn't she? That's what I remember the best.
Oh yeah, she pulled in a big What was that Mitzi story about? You heard her scratching on the front door and you went out. And she'd always have a big gopher or something,
big
right?
Cow
jackrabbit.
or something.
A
Jackrabbit?
jackrabbit she had dragged in. She had dragged in this jackrabbit. It was real cold. And of course, I guess the jackrabbit was by the tree. And she got the jackrabbit. And she jumped up the window, wanted to get in. And I says, no, I don't want to open the window. So I says, well, what's the matter? So I went out and I says, she was trying to jump up the window with this jackrabbit in her mouth. And I says, she couldn't make it. So I says, well, I turned the light on and I says, then she ran to the door and she had the jackrabbit and I just gave the jackrabbit a kick and kicked it out. And I says, you eat what you want. And I says, I'll let you in. And when she got ready to come in, I let her in.
I used to love the Mitzi stories.
I swear she did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good old Mitzi. How many Mitzies did you have?
That was my
Two
first
Mitzies.
question. My first question was how many Mitzies. I always thought there was like 4 or 5.
Just 2.
I always thought any animal that you got, you would name it Mitzi, but
And they always brought in wild
wild game.
birds and stuff off the road.
We were so young, you know, the Mitzi stories, they stuck in our heads and
Even Uncle
we
Dave.
imagined them.
Oh, I made up a lot of stories.
Oh yeah, I think you did.
You ready to go?
We're trying to figure out how everybody's gonna travel tonight without one car. So there's some high-level negotiating going on right now, like,
Well, he's kind of big to put down on the floorboard.
we're trying to figure out if we could fit all 5 of them into 3 cars that we have. You know, like a couple in the
Some in the trunk.
Camry. If Michael drove the Camry and you guys rode,
We get the truck. We could fit like 10 people in the back of the truck.
Yeah,
all right, all you kids go in the back.
No, not just Renee. People whose car broke down get to ride in the
What's
truck.
in the back of the truck? Nothing. It's even got a cab thing
Diana,
over it. I mean,
you
like
know,
whatever.
Is
little-
it just metal?
Yeah.
Is there no
Stay
carpeting?
No
the
carpeting.
sand or
No padding
I
or
let
carpeting.
Dave
What are you kidding?
Well, we can't reach her, she can't reach her mom right now, there's no phone, so.
The fear is on, so there's probably fear.
What does it look like for a person getting tickled to try and film?
It's like
This
this.
is when the cameraman
Kinda
gets
like
tickled.
Star
Here, Eric, have your camera. It's even recording.
But you know, probably the best thing is
Eric doesn't get to be in
go
the
as far as
picture.
the Sacramento
Well,
airport,
here's the there.
because there's usually rental car places there. And so Michael is calling them now, if we can go as far, we can clam in the car as far as Sacramento, that's not, you know, I mean, it's uncomfortable, but we can do it. Yeah. And then, as long as there's a rental place open there, they can rent a car, so.
What?
It feels a little bit hectic, but it was nice to get together.
Oh, it's lots of fun.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go hang out at Buddy's?
Yeah, we were gonna go back up to her house for a little while, but I bet you Al won't. Will you drive back up there, or you wanna go?
No, I made it back up there and take it home.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got back there.
Yeah. This
Well,
is a
it'd be nice
beautiful
if he
time
let
of
you have
day.
his
It's too bad
car.
I can't walk over to the bluff and look at the
Why
sunset.
can't we?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah, that would
Just
be.
stop at the
We'll stop
Side of the
and
road.
the-
Yeah, there's that one area where everybody was hanging out
Watch
right
the
there.
sun go down.
Everybody was one car, wasn't it?
Birthday.
No,
Yeah,
there were a
happy
few
birthday,
people
birthday.
there. Yeah.
Okay, you can have the red one.
Matthew, is your hair curly up here?
A bit, not too much, a little.
Yeah.
Just those weird things.
I'd like to open this, but I don't have glasses to read it anyway, so.
That's a treasure.
Take it back up there and we'll read it when we get back up to her place, because I'd like to look at it a
Right,
little
Al?
bit.
But I used to make this tape down on purpose because I don't like hair that
She
goes
read the front of it,
like
yeah.
Dylan. What's his name?
Let's
What's
see,
his
where's
last
the
name?
opening?
McKay. McKay. Do you think I look more like Dylan or Brendan?
Thank you very much.
You? Brandon has his hair like mine. Long and it's combed over to the one side. Dylan
Where were
keeps
you
his hair
born?
shorter, doesn't he? I'm gonna wear my hair like the blonde girl.
I knew you lived around Rio Vista area, but I didn't know.
Except for me, so for shorts.
It's funny how the paths have crossed, like he was born in Alton and then raised in Rio Vista for a while. But then Bob's family in Martinez knew his mother.
It's one of my favorite hobbies.
Bob's Uncle Ernie
Yeah, I like
knew your family.
That I don't know.
Yeah. Bob's family was named Betancourt.
Hey, so Paul's here is
That sounds something like a relative that, of course. I remember Jake Betancourt.
Yeah, there was,
They're probably related.
I got it. My happy birthday thing.
what's
Oh,
the
no.
other names, Bob? Just Betancourt, did I know their family names? Anyway, they all lived in Martinez
Yeah.
and in, Port Costa. They were in Port Costa before they were in Martinez.
Daddy, can I come with them?
Martinez like, right to coast of.
Yeah, but they knew who your they knew your,
We'll get up and take a look.
and when my dad,
You lived near somebody, I get the name, Cabral was Cabral was the Cabral wife. When the Cabral's the wife's mother lived just off of Pacheco Boulevard down where that market used to be up there.
When you came to the United States. God's name, what they used to do when you came to the United States.
Yeah, below that.
They couldn't, if they had a hard time saying your name or it was spelled funny, they changed your name for you.
I think your Fonseca was her name.
They said, okay, now your name is
But you live by them, that's how Ernie, my uncle.
Onins.
Because they lived just around.
Ernie still lives in Martinez. Ernie still lives there.
And when they moved to the
And
United
his
States.
wife Thelma. And when Dad really liked them, and when he would get together with them, they knew all of the old, they knew each other. And then one day we were talking about Port Costa, and I said, oh yeah, my uncle Pat Sullivan lived in Port Costa. And Ernie goes,
And then on my
Pat
dad's
Sullivan?
side,
Pat Sullivan was your uncle? He was a nice guy, but boy, did he like to drink.
on my dad's side, they were
Remember Marguerite's husband?
Yeah.
Pat Sullivan?
Way back,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
Llewellyns, and then they changed
And-
it to Richard
and
Llewellyn.
his
I guess,
mother
started the Richards.
and his aunts and uncle lived in Port
That goes way,
Costa
way back.
when they were children
And
and knew Pat Sullivan,
I don't know
knew
how about that.
that family. So they knew a lot
Hundreds
of
of
the
years,
same
probably.
people. When Dad went
But they changed their name.
to their 50th wedding anniversary with us, there was a guy, and everybody had to stand up and introduce themselves, and Dad got up and he said, what was it? Or was he?
He was in the Boy Scouts.
He said, I think I knew that guy over there, Corny somebody or other. I was in high school. He was my scout leader. And they started shaking hands and saying, oh, Matt, I still recognize you from... It was really interesting.
That is. The small California we live in.
Hey, you put up that
Where's Buddy?
She's showing Renee some of the fights she's made.
Oh. Is that fun?
Yeah! So fun out!
Oh, Rebecca.
Hey, stop it! Wait for me!
Flung herself off with it. Did you know, Rebecca, when your daddy was a little boy, and when Auntie Jan was a little girl, and when I was a little girl, we all were on that swing. That was in our backyard. And yes, and Matt and Eric, Kevin and
Need some
Scott.
oil.
Well, we didn't have an invention like this, though, did we?
What, the string? No, we didn't have that.
String. Oh, yes, and you're gonna hide. We didn't have the invention of the string. Oh.
They hadn't invented the string yet. I think getting back in this.
Naomi, this is a dog whip.
Hey, you guys look like it together.
It's a dog whip. And they've been these are so cute.
The classic chair.
Okay, you get this.
You guys don't fight over the
Rebecca
string.
gets this bottom half, and you get the top half, okay?
I guess it's very bottom.
You at the bottom?
There you go.
Very, very bottom. There. Now.
Okay, how about this? You get this side of the loop, okay?
No, I get the whole side of the loop.
Okay. And then you get this side of the loop. Okay, there.
There we go.
Hi.
That's a big mouth you have.
Yeah. No, I can sleep here.
Okay, good night.
This would be comfortable. Put a
Hey,
sleeping
stop
bag
the
on
rooming!
Yeah.
crash out of them.
Stop the rooming! Stop the rooming!
Stop the what?
Rooming.
The booming?
Rooming.
What's that?
I can't push it. It's because of his feet.
My feet.
Scott's doing it.
Okay, come on. See.
Oh, there's somebody out there. In the dark. In the spooky dark.
What he's trying to do? Just don't want us to rock